Hello, my lovelies. This is the lover once again. I've been in a closet for about 10 days, but I'm out now, and I'm here to tell you that WWE sucks and all wrestling is inferior to AEW, okay? And I'm gonna explain why that is, alright? Number one, Brock Lesnar is a horrible wrestler. He's garbage. He's not good at anything. He looks like a retard, and he wrestles worse than legends such as Yoshihashi from Japan, who I hope gets signed by AEW. Meanwhile, AEW has all the good wrestlers. Sammy Guevara, that guy is so much better than Brock Lesnar. You know, Drew McIntyre recently won the Royal Rumble, but I have to ask you, imagine if, instead of Drew McIntyre, the Royal Rumble had been won by Joey Janela. Can you imagine how much better that would be? Like, we would have a real main event in our hands, cucks. We would have Joey Janela versus Brock Lesnar. And that would steal the show. Not because of Brock Lesnar, because we've just established that Brock Lesnar isn't good enough. Then because Joey Janela would have to carry Brock Lesnar through the entire match. It would be impossible for someone like Brock Lesnar to hold back someone as good as Joey Janela, also known as the next Shawn Michaels. Wasn't it funny, guys, when Joey Janela went between Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford and they both kissed him on the cheek? Talk about a lucky guy, am I right, guys? I'd want to be kissed on the cheek by Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian because I'm the lover and I'm guy. So there you have it, guys. You know what I mean? If that's not proof enough, what more do you need, right? WWE brought back Edge? Really? Edge? That old has-been? Oh my God, that's the problem with WWE. They keep bringing back all these old guys and not giving their stars to shine, time to shine, right? AEW would never do this. AEW would never put over people like Goldust at the expense of younger guys that Goldust just keeps beating every single week. You know, Edge has no place in wrestling. He's old, guys. He's too old. You know, if you're gonna bring back someone, you should bring back someone who's in his prime, like Diamond Dallas Page. It has to be something like that, you know? Why bring back Edge when you can bring back Diamond Dallas Page? It doesn't make any sense to me. Vince McMahon doesn't know what he's doing, you know? WWE is just creatively not going anywhere. Cody Rhodes is just the most creative wrestling guy of all time, you know? How can anyone even doubt that? Did you see Bash at the Beach Part 1 and Part 2? Who could have come up with something that original? Bash at the beach while they were on a ship? That just blows my mind, you know? Like, in past Bash at the Beach, there's been sand, and there's been an actual beach, and sometimes people have even wrestled on the beach. But why do that when you can just throw MJF into a pool? Isn't that just hilarious, guys? Isn't it just hilarious how MJF went into that pool? You know what I mean? It's just very, very weird that people don't even like AEW. Some people don't even like it. AEW is so much better than WWE. So much better. Just look at the tag teams. You know, you have two people ever screened Star Power more than Butcher and Blade? Have two people ever screened Star Power more than Butcher and Blade? I cannot think of a better tag team in the world right now. You know, some people say that the Young Bucks are the best tag team, but I think they're second best to Butcher and Blade. Forget about teams like the Usos. Forget about them. Butcher and Blade are so much better than the Usos. You know? And what's better than watching a show with 7 six-man tag matches every week? What's better than that? You tell me what's better than that. What's better than just having 6 men wrestle a match as if it's just a free-for-all match? Like a 6-pack challenge, but they tag each other in once in a while. You know, if you're not entertained by this sequence, which goes like this: super kick, knee, clothesline, dive, blind tag, dive, bigger dive, spotty dive, springboard move, clothesline, knee, and then an occasional suplex here and there. I mean, there is no saving you. I mean, why would anyone want to watch someone like Goldberg or Keith Lee or Brock Lesnar just throw people around when you can see Private Party doing the silly string, which is the most innovative maneuver of all time? I can't think of anything more entertaining than Private Party doing the silly string over and over again. Why would anyone enjoy anything other than AEW? And what's even better than AEW Dynamite is that they're going to have a second show, it seems like, soon. I mean, that's going to be incredible, guys. Like 2 shows? Wow. Twice the AEW action a week? I mean, I don't think my heart can handle it. I mean, it's just they already do so much on AEW Dynamite that what would they even do on the second show? I mean, I guess it could give a platform to such stars like Ty Dillinger, who hasn't been on AWTV in 3 or 4 months now. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's like people don't want AEW to succeed. AEW is subjectively and objectively, motherfuckers, better than WWE. I do not understand why anyone agrees with the hater. That makes no sense. You know, the real fans are not the hip, college-aged, 90s fans. They're not the haters fans. The haters fans are not fat enough. You know, they're not. In order to be a good fan now, you have to be at minimum size 5XL and have stains on your shirt. There's no other way to be a good wrestling fan now. If you're not out there in the crowds just trying to impress each other with how much you know about obscure wrestling knowledge, then you're not a real fan. You know, if you haven't seen like Cherry Bomb from Katsikudawa Japan Wrestling from 1983, taped in Lansing, Michigan, then you don't know anything about wrestling. I mean, if you haven't gone back to watch Frank Gotch versus Bruno Sammartino for the, Northern Mid-Atlantic Southern Mississippi Championship, then how can you consider yourself a real fan? I mean, you can't like The Undertaker and Sting unless you first appreciate the likes of, Frank Gotch, right? Hankenschmidt or whatever that guy's name was. I mean, I know it, but I'm just testing you guys, I think you know who I'm talking about, right? I mean, like, you have to know this. You have to know your history, guys, because, after Bruno Sammartino, the greatest wrestler of all time, I mean, it's going to be MJF in a few months, but right now, the greatest wrestler of all time has to be Kenny Omega. I mean, this guy is just a star. I don't know why he hasn't had the AEW title. I mean, they keep giving the title shots to WWE guys. I mean, out of all pay-per-views that AEW's ever had, all of them, I think, have had at least one WWE guy at the main event. I don't understand it. Maybe it's because AEW thinks that the only way they can get their hype forward is to have WWE guys, because no one really cares about them, or that's what the hater would have you believe. But the lover thinks otherwise. The lover thinks that it's because of shaming people like Cody. You shame him. You want him to cry. You want him to feel bad. You shame him. It's Vince McMahon's agenda of shaming people like Cody. It's not fair, guys. And I urge all of you to unsubscribe to the hater and to, kind of think a bit more along the lines of the lover. The lover is telling you the truth. The lover is telling you that you will be happier if you like neckbeard things. That's what I'm saying, guys. So without any further ado, I have to go. Bye-bye. Toodaloo.